I got dreams that keep me up in the dead of night, telling me I wasn't made for the simple life. There's a lot I see, but it's far in the distance. I'm asking you to show me some forgiveness. It's all for you in my pursuit of happiness. I got a homesick heart, but a long ways left to go. I've been doing my part, but I ain't got much to show. So I'm asking you to show me some forgiveness. It's all for you in my pursuit of happiness. Chasing that life, moving on cause I had to prove there ain't no life worth doing what I did to you. So I'm asking you to show me some forgiveness. It's all for you in my pursuit of happiness. I got dreams that keep me up in the dead of night, telling me I wasn't made for the simple life. There's a lot I see, but it's far in the distance. I'm asking you to show me some forgiveness. It's all for you in my pursuit of happiness. Singing, oh, happiness. Singing, oh, happiness. I've been working all night, hoping you can help me to believe this song ain't nothing if the song can't set you free. So I'm asking you to show me some forgiveness. It's all for you in my pursuit of happiness. I got dreams that keep me up in the dead of night, telling me I wasn't made for the simple life. There's a lot I see, but it's far in the distance. I'm asking you to show me some forgiveness. It's all for you in my pursuit of happiness. Singing, oh, happiness. Singing, oh, happiness. Sometimes you leave the ones you love, but if it's love, they won't give up. They know a war's raging. You gotta shoot.
What am I doing? Holding colorful socks?
These days are tough, these days are long. Sometimes it's hard to carry on, but I hear a voice singing, I know it's true. I got dreams that keep me up in the dead of night, telling me I wasn't made for the simple life. There's a lot I see, but it's far in the distance. I'm asking you to show me some forgiveness. It's all for you in my pursuit of happiness. Singing, oh, happiness. Singing, oh, happiness. Singing, oh, happiness. Singing, oh, happiness.
One of the biggest things God has taught me through Pursuit Camp is that there are no small roles in ministry. I know it's a big deal and a lot of people want to be put in certain positions, but one of the things God has taught me that there is no position that is more important than another. All the background positions are just as pivotal as the ones that are in front of everybody.
He taught me not to judge a lot of the kids where I was like, these kids are gonna be a problem, they're crazy, were the kids that I think I learned the most from.
God really taught me to be dependent on Him. There were some situations that I felt frustrated and that I didn't have control over it and that it wasn't the way that I wanted. But God really showed me that no matter what position that I'm in, I need Him and I cannot do it without Him.
The past, the 2 weeks that I was counseling, they were incredibly amazing, and they were asking so many questions, and I was able to take everything that we learned from some of our classes at the BI about just like little questions, and the fact that I was able to answer those questions was super motivating and super encouraging, not only for me but also for my co-counselors.
God has been teaching me more that I really need to lean in Him and let Him speak through me and not me speak for myself, and that I really need to lean in Him to be present for my campers.
Just how important it is for the people in the background to do their job well, and not just to do their job well, but to take pride in it, and that the job at the background is just as important as the job up front.
I think God has shown me that I need endurance and patience, and some things as being a counselor that I couldn't do on my own. By Sunday I was exhausted, and it gave me a better appreciation for all the counselors that I've had in the past, and it showed me that I can't lean on myself, but instead have to lean on God. Even working on the background, doing operations or dishwashing, those were tough jobs, even though they didn't last all weekend like counseling did. It drained us, and the only way we could really get through all of it is to rely on God. And
God has really been teaching me that there is redemption in your testimony. All the things that you've walked through, all the circumstances that you've lived through, there is a purpose for it. Maybe the purpose is being able to use your testimony to speak to one of your campers who's walking through a similar situation, or just talk to a random stranger who you see sitting alone at a park bench during Pursuit Camp, and you're able to just witness to them and speak into their situation.
When I shared my testimony with my camper, he was able to open up to me after the campfire night and talk to me about his life and the similarities that he had gone through and all the struggles that he'd gone through with that. And so it really was an awesome experience to be able to use my experience to help a camper.
So here I stand, desperate for your fire. It's your power I know, made perfect in my weakness. Set my faith ablaze. Let your heart become my own. Let me see with heaven's eyes. So here I stand, desperate for your fire. It's your power I know, made perfect in my weakness. Set my faith ablaze. Let your heart become my own. Let me see with heaven's eyes.
God has been pursuing you since before the foundations of the world, before history and recorded time. You have been on the heart of the God of the universe.
You don't have to know everything about him. You don't have to know everything about Christianity. You don't have to know everything about the Bible. You know what you got to do? You got to come to him. You got to follow him. You got to walk in his footsteps. You got to listen to his ways. And then what does he say? You got to put that in action. That's what it means to follow Christ.
You may be able to satisfy that physical thirst that you have in the moment, but what I have to offer to you today will satisfy you forever.
All of us are searching, and that can be so disappointing in life when we're searching and chasing after something and it never happens. But can I tell you something that's even more disappointing than chasing after something and never getting it? Is chasing after something and catching it and realizing it wasn't worth the chase.
This is the unlikeliest love story ever told. See, because God loves you so much that he sent his son for you to pay the price for your sin. And God is saying he loves me so much that he's going to send Jesus to die for me. That is a love that doesn't make sense, but he did it for you.
I can see you're moving now. I can see heaven coming down. I can see your love in motion. I can see the world set free. I can see your moving. Let me see